Next question I get is, how are you so beautiful? The answer is, I don't know. I was born this way. I've always been like the most prettiest girl in class, in the world.
For those who don't know, Alex Pereira and Khalil Rountree will be headlining as the main event in UFC 307. Now, if you listen to the two fighters, if you know who they are, you'll be like, oh, that's a pretty good fight. You wouldn't be wrong, but this fight should not be happening at all. Firstly, he was caught using PEDs and he got a suspension. On top of that, he was already supposed to be fighting Jamal Hill. Why can't we just have him fight Jamal Hill? It doesn't make any sense at all. But on top of that, it's almost like they're forgetting that Jamal Hill hasn't beat anybody at all. Who has he fought? He hasn't fought anyone. The best fighter he's beat in the light heavyweight division is Anthony Smith.
But if I show up, I'll beat everybody in the division, and I don't give a who gets mad about that. And they all know it. Or else they wouldn't get so mad about it when I said it.
Who is not a great fighter at all. He's almost like just a journeyman. I believe Alex Pereira is going to knock out Khalil Rountree, and if I'm wrong, hey, more power to him, but there is a very small percent chance that Alex Pereira is going to lose this fight, and considering every fight Alex Pereira is getting cleaner and more comfortable and bigger at light heavyweight, he's just looking more and more just impossible to beat. I mean, obviously the glaring weakness is, his grappling, but Khalil Rountree is the last person I would name to even give him a challenge on the ground. On top of that, Khalil Rountree is not a very super active fighter as far as his punches thrown per minute, his punches landed per minute. I mean, he isn't a super mobile fighter. Anthony Smith's mild success in that fight was the ability to do straight shots. He was freezing Khalil Rountree per se with his jab, which I don't know what you call it, but sure, we'll go with the jab. And he was throwing the jab straight and then stepping out, straight, stepping out, straight, stepping out. And he had some mild success. I mean, he didn't really throw leg kicks, so I don't know. He didn't really throw too much. Khalil Rountree kind of came into the fight like he was going to lose, which is almost every Anthony Smith fight. So yeah, I don't know how Khalil Rountree is going to fight Alex Pereira, but if Alex Pereira at least tweaks how Anthony Smith was fighting, as far as instead of throwing the straight and then stepping all the way out, the next time he goes for the straight and then Khalil Rountree tries to, throw back, he's more a reactive striker. Instead of throwing the straight and heading out, he could throw the straight and then come in with a hook. I mean, that's his signature move, his hook. He can also, gnaw at his legs with the leg kicks. We see how fast Alex Pereira's kicks really are. I mean, the fact that you're 230 and you're over here doing a switch kick that perfectly.
Alex Pereira with an early head kick, round two. And still, Alex Pereira remains on top of the MMA world.
He looks awkward, but he knows what he's doing. The switch kick was clear. You don't just whip that out of nowhere. You can whip out a roundhouse kick, a jab straight to the roundhouse like Justin Gaethje did to Dustin Poirier, but you do not just pull a switch kick out the back pocket after gnawing at somebody's legs for an entire round. On paper, as Anthony Smith said.
Anthony Smith would beat you on paper. On paper, Anthony Smith beats everyone in the world, so
I have Alex Pereira winning that fight. Let me know what y'all think in the comments down below. Hope y'all enjoyed.